Hello everyone, my name is Kinetic and welcome back to Archeage. In this video I'm going to talk about combat, skills, changing your build, and classes in general for Archeage. There's a really nice system here that allows you with one character to pretty much just about do anything and everything that you want. As I've mentioned in the past, there is a 3 skill set or essentially skill tree system that you use here in Archeage. You'll start with an initial one such as Battle Rage, for example, which is very much like a warrior type. At level 5 you'll choose a second, and then at level 10 you'll choose a third. And these are basically skill trees where you'll be able to pick and choose whatever skills from these 3 lines that you want to use. The really cool thing about this is you don't actually have to take every single one of these in any order. You can take whatever you want as long as you have unlocked them. So for example, with Battle Rage, this will be available to you right from the start, but in order to get some of these other skills down here, down at the bottom, you'll actually have to level this particular skill set. And the way you do that, of course, is the same way that you are leveling your character by getting experience and things like that. And since you gain experience for just about any type of activity here in Archeage, you will gain experience for your skill sets, even when you're doing things like farming, crafting, fishing, whatever. If you're getting experience, it's going towards your skill set or your skill tree. So in order to unlock the final skill here, my Battle Rage will have to be, as it says down there in the red, level 50. Currently my Battle Rage is at 25, I've got Oromancy at 32 and Shadowplay at 29. Now my character is a little bit of an oddball right now. As you can see, I'm well into my 30s with my character, but my skill sets are actually considerably lower level. Now why is that? Well, the reason for that is because I was initially, with this character, I was a spellcaster. If you've watched my videos before, you've seen me throwing fireballs and stuff like that. I was using sorcery, witchcraft, and I believe it was Oromancy as a spell caster type of class, but it wasn't really fitting for me. I wasn't all that entertained with spellcasting so much in Archeage, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to try doing a little bit of melee, or just let me try something different. So I started with a little bit of Shadowplay, and then I was like, you know what, I really feel like melee is more for me, so then I went ahead and swapped out sorceries for Battle Rage. So that's the reason why my skill sets are kind of lower level than they should be. So that pretty much gets me to the point into being able to change your skill sets, which is a really great thing here in Archeage. And the way that you do that is first you visit this corpse, you laugh at it, you teabag it, whatever you feel like doing. When you're done with that, then you can talk to a temple priestess. Now these can be found all over the place. They are basically where you will resurrect if you get knocked down in battle, which is why this person is here, because they were AFK like a fool and got killed somehow and is still AFK. But these are all over the place. If you look at the map, for example, then you can see there's another one here, there's another one here, there's another one here. They're all over the place. So depending on where you get knocked down is where you will resurrect. And if you talk to her, then you can change your skills. As you can see, there's a bunch of different skill sets that you can take in, and with the way that you can combine these, which is any combination really, and take whatever skills you want, there are so many different great combinations of ways that you can build a character here in Archeage. But let's say, for example, let's say Oromancy, I'm just not feeling it, it's not doing it for me any good. I'm gonna replace it. How about Archery? Archery should be good with Shadowplay and Battle Rage, so I'll click on Archery. You can see the individual levels of what they are at. You can see there's my Witchcraft at 34, my Sorcery 34, Vitalism is even at 24, so those are much closer to my levels because that's what I worked on for a long time. And so since I started anew with Battle Rage, Shadowplay, not so much Oromancy, those had to be leveled up to try and catch up to where my character is now. So select Oromancy as the one that I want to replace, and then I'll select whatever skill set I want, which is, for this time, going to be Archery. Now this does cost you money. I can't remember what the initial cost in money is to actually change your skill, but it continuously goes up, I'm afraid. I don't know if there is a cap on this. I sure as hell hope so. I have 6 skill points now, because that's what I got back from changing Oromancy, so I can go ahead and select whatever is available to me These first 3 are available. In order to get double recurve, I will actually have to get Archery up to level 15. And I can't select the first passive either because it requires 2 points spent in Archery in order to unlock that passive. That's what these numbers mean here. And you can actually skip passives, just like you can skip skills like I've done here. I don't even use Rapid Strike. You can also skip passives as well and unlock something different if you like. So I can select that, for example, confirm, select this, confirm, confirm. These numbers here indicate the rank that your skill has leveled up to. Everything levels up individually. Your character base stats, your skill set stats, and your skills as well level up individually. So you can see my triple slash is up to rank 9, my charge is at rank 8 and stuff like that. So here's another thing to consider as well, as you may be wanting to change skills within your skill set. Yes, you can actually do that. If you want to reset, for example, your skills in something such as Shadowplay. Let's say maybe, for example, I do want to have Rapid Strike back or something like that, but we'll, for the sake of demonstration, we'll say that I have no points. So I'm going to go ahead and spend these points if I can. There we go. Okay, so now I've got no points. I need points back. I want to reset this and also maybe my Battle Rage as well to try and realign my points and get skills or change whatever I want from this build. That's what these symbols down here are for. So by clicking here on the reset skill button, and yes, this costs money as well, it will refund me the skill points. And then I can go ahead from each of these trees, or all of them, depending on what I want to do to change the build, and start readjusting these skills. So I'm going to take back my triple slash, spin that point. Notice that the rank is still the same. This doesn't reset your ranks whatsoever. It's just sort of de-unlocking them when you reset them, but their experience and their rank remains. So here, I would love to take Toxic Shot, for example, here for Shadowplay, but I need to be level 30 in order to unlock that. So I've got a little bit of ways to go. This bar here shows you the experience you've gained and what you have left to go for your skill sets. In this here, this class and then name, this will change based on the skill set combinations that you're using. Before, I was a Dark Runner. Now that I've changed the Oromancy to Archery, it now says Outrider, which is pretty cool. Okay, so there we go. I've spent all my skills and I've essentially remade my build. You can do this at any time just by visiting a temple priestess such as this. You can reset your skills, as far as I know, anytime you like. But like I said, every single time that you do this, it will cost more money. Again, I'm not sure if there's a cap. I certainly hope there is, because it is starting to get a little bit expensive when it starts getting up to a gold and beyond, if that's what it comes to. So I've gone ahead and reverted back to the class that I was using before, using Oromancy instead of Archery, but I just wanted to show you guys the ease of which that you can swap out the skill sets and swap out the skills that you've actually unlocked and be able to change your build. Again, this is something that you probably want to experiment with more in earlier levels, not so much later, as it can be really hard to level up brand new skill sets from scratch if you're in your 30s and 40s, or maybe up to level 50. But once you do have the skills unlocked that you want to use, then all you have to do is simply click on them here from the skill window, and you can drag them down onto your action bar. You can have multiple action bars as well, simply by going to the options menu and allowing those. These can be locked, so that way you can't click and remove them, which will happen from time to time, I think, so be careful with that. But this Dark Runner with Battle Rage, Oromancy, and Shadowplay is lots of fun. It combos really, really well, and combos will make a big difference in your success with your character. It could either be a long, dragged out battle if you don't know what you're doing, or it could be really simple and smooth if you pay attention to what kinds of combos you can perform with your skills. And the way you know that is by simply highlighting the skills on your action bar, or probably as well from the skill menu here. You can see it gives you all the information. It shows you what debuff that it puts on to your enemies, and it also shows at the bottom what debuffs that this skill will combo with. So for example, what I'm doing is I'm using an opener called Charge, which allows me to, well, do what exactly it says, charge my enemy, which then puts a debuff, on my target, a type of snare. Then what I will do is I will use Triple Slash, which also puts on its own debuff, but as you can read down at the bottom, it benefits from snared targets and causes them to be tripped. Inflicts additional damage plus 48% damage on tripped targets. And then, once that's done, I've also got Wallop, which, just like the other skills, does its own debuff and benefits from other debuffs. So you can see how it's rather important to put these skills together in the correct order and experiment with other skills also that can be comboed together as well, because it's not necessarily like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, you know, all your skills combo together. Some of these can be comboed in different orders and things like that, depending on the type of effect that you want. You may be trying to burn down a single target, or maybe an AoE effect for multiple enemies. So you have to get to know your skills and get to know your combos. Your enemies can also interrupt you, as you can see from there. And that can cause you some issues in pulling your combos together. So it's not just you that has CC, including stuns, snares, and other things like that. There are certainly different enemies in Archeage that will test you, interrupt you, and cause you headaches. They will also run away from you. They won't just stand there a lot of the times and let you beat on them. Just like real enemies in PvP. They aren't gonna just stand there the whole time and let you beat on them. So while this is a tab targeting type of system, it's not simple mindless like a lot of MMORPGs are out there. There's a lot of different things that you can do correctly and do wrong with your character. That guy was kind of serious. There are also sort of mini bosses that you can encounter as well while out in the wilds. Not all of these are simple grunts that can be torn down in a short amount of time. There will be more powerful versions that will blend in really well with the others and give you certainly a run for your money. What can help you a lot as well in tougher encounters is having a battle pet. This is my friend Bishop. Bishop is a wolfhound that I raised from a puppy, and now he's up to level 31, which is pretty damn sweet. Your battle pets can be used with any class. Some people choose to not use them at all, but I really enjoy using them. Your battle pets also can have armor. You might notice that he's got some really sweet spikes and a little wolf helmet there and stuff like that. That's actually options that you put onto your pets. Actually, since he's level 30 now, I could upgrade and give him level 30 armor. I think we should do that. What do you think, Bishop? Sounds good? Sounds good. You can also look at all of your battle pets' stats and things like that here. And they also have their own skills that they unlock at certain levels. So the next skill, Overrun, will be unlocked at level 35 for him. Hastens Caster's Run so they can dash into enemies and deal 82 physical damage with a chance to trip for 2 seconds. Pretty sweet. There's a lot of different commands that you can, or behaviors that you can give to your battle pets, such as aggressive, defensive, follow, and standby. And these skills, you don't necessarily have to worry too much about activating them yourself. What you can do is set them to autocast by right-clicking on them here. The only thing that could be slightly annoying to some players is every time you desummon a battle pet and then resummon them again, these are not saved to be autocast. So every time you bring out a battle pet, you probably, if you're interested in having them autocast, you'll need to reset them back to autocast. So I've got him on defensive mode, which means that anytime that I take damage, he's going to get into the fight. Not bad. I've also got a white fox, or Arctic Kitsu pet. Now this is actually considered a rare pet. You can see that it has rare under its title. It also has a blue name compared to the brown wolfhound, which I got later. And the interesting thing is that this pet comes to you, I think for any class, it's not like an actual rare drop, but this is something that I believe all players get. And it comes to you at level 30, which is really nice. You'll probably be maybe level 20 or something like that, when you actually get him. So he really helps you level up and take on multiple enemies if it really comes to that. You can see these skills are not set to auto cast, so I have to make sure that they are going to cast. What I would love is to find a pet that can help me tank. So far I've found mostly DPS pets, or seen mostly DPS battle pets in this game. I would love to see like the bear or something like that. So these are a lot of fun. You might notice that he has absolutely nothing on his body. That's because I haven't given him any armor, and that's because, I don't know why, but I don't know. I'm more attached to Bishop, I guess. You can rename all of your pets as well. Bishop is not his name by default. Simply right-click, and you can rename your battle pets. You can also rename your mounts. You can rename your boats and things like that. Really, really cool stuff. And that's just about all I've got to show for you guys here in this video on the class system, skills, and how to mix and match your character into whatever kind of build that you want to try out. Definitely experiment with this at earlier levels, or even better, do some research online for types of builds that you may be interested in, and watch maybe some video gameplay or something like that on somebody's YouTube channel or whatever. And yeah, just get a feel for what you would like to do in Archeage, because knowing the type of build that you want to play getting into the game, I think will really, really help you out. Me, I just came in and I was like, I'm just gonna be whatever, and now I'm making an entire new build with my character, which is okay. I'm a little bit on the weak side, but my skills will eventually catch up. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Click the like button to support Archeage videos, and I'll keep them coming out as quickly as possible. Thanks again for watching. My name is Kinetic, and I'll see you next time.